everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another functional plan with me where I will be creating a weekly overview spread in my Agendio custom planner. So I have been really loving this to just get like an easy week at a glance, and then also still using my double width sidebar, which I absolutely love. And I've just been having a lot of fun with stickers in here while I'm using my Daily Duo as my main functional planner. So I will be filming plan as I go for this week. My speed plan with me for my Moxie Life setup is already up as a YouTube short and as a Instagram reel, so you can check that out in either place. And then the next step of my process is the weekly overview spread that I will be creating in my Agendio planner. I typically come back and add to this a couple times per week, and you will get to see all of that. And then my day-to-day planning is done in my Erin Condren Daily Duo, and that video, that plan with me, will be the next video up after this one. So since I've been having so much fun with stickers in here and I have a lot of extra summer sticker kits, I decided to grab this old Scribble Prints Co mystery kit. This is a mini kit. It is from when I used to subscribe to the Scribble Prints Co mystery kit. This is the May 2020 mystery, and it's just like this really, really cute tie-dye beach theme. And I was just like, I really want to use some Simply Gilded tie-dye washies. I bet I have a sticker kit that matches that from either Simply Gilded or just in my collection. So I found this, so I'm going to be using this. It's like very Cape Canaveral vibes with like the NASA stuff and everything. But so I did not use this in my memory planner. I like carried it a couple years and I just have too many summer kits. So I'm going to be pulling some of them into my functional planner so I can still use them. So really, really cute. This is obviously a really old format. It's from 2020, but there is lots and lots of stuff in here. I may use some of these stickers in my Daily Duo as well. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But that is the kit. Like I said, it's just it is the mini kit, but it is a Scribble Prints Co mini kit. So there is still plenty of stuff. And then because this was a mystery kit, I do also have like the labels and the glitter add-ons for it as well. Then, as I mentioned, I pulled out a bunch of Simply Gilded washies, like the tie-dye ones, and then some other complementary colors. I actually have like the Galaxy tie-dye ones as well. And then as well, I've got some pens and markers pulled out to kind of make it a little bit extra, some other functional stickers as well. So we are just gonna get rolling. I am gonna throw it over to the voiceover and jump in. This was a pretty busy week at work. I had a big project this week that is something that I do like once per quarter, and I had actually totally forgot about it in like the weeks leading up to this, which is very unlike me, and this project happens on a very regular schedule, so no reason that that should have happened. Fortunately, I did remember in time for everything to, you know, go according to the usual schedule, and it was actually a really, really smooth process. So that is also really good, because this is something that like one of my goals around work for this year has been reflecting after this and after other major projects to try to kind of see what went right, what went wrong. And I've been trying to make some strategic changes in work to help make things run more smoothly. And this time it did run really, really smooth. So that is great. So anyway, for this week, I decided to put my habit tracker in a sticky note habit tracker that I have, which I think you'll see in my Daily Duo video, which will be the video up after this. So I took the habit tracker for the most part out of this planner, just trying to mix things up and see what happened. I did really like that. And I still kept this planner open on my desk all week. That's what I've been doing. It gives me like a weekly overview. I glance at this and then just add from it from time to time. So I'm going to come back twice throughout the week to finish out this spread, but I still did migrate over my weekly tasks from my Moxie Life into this little task list up there. And then I also created a separate section for work this week, and I kind of broke down my bigger project into some smaller steps, things that I have to check off before we call this project finished, because this is something like a little bit bigger that I do. So I wanted to make sure I had a space to kind of track all of that. So it worked really well and I really liked having it. So then in this section, because I did still have this space to make like a little this week section, what I decided to do was to put in my habits that are not everyday habits. They're things that I'm not necessarily trying to do a set number of times per week, but I just want to do them multiple times throughout the week. So what that is right now is making sure my big kid, my oldest, who's going into first grade, gets some time to practice her reading, which has really been a struggle this summer. She was doing so well at the end of the year with her reading practice and feeling really enthusiastic about it. But camp is just so exhausting, and I don't want to force it because I want reading to be fun, but I also know we're going back to school now and we've got that summer slide. So we're just trying to find new ways to make reading fun again. We've been getting a lot of books from the library because I think new books is really, really helpful with that. So we're just trying to practice really low key a couple times a week so that we're all good to go for first grade. And then the other thing is watering my plants. So I try to check them at least every other day and then see if they look like they need water. It just depends on how much rain we've been getting. So again, not something that I do every day or even necessarily a set number of days per week, but want to keep in the back of my mind. And then I'm going to use that Monday through Sunday ombre box to actually put in my reels for the week. Completely unnecessary. I have it on my phone, but just wasn't sure what to put in that space, so I just thought I would try something out. I actually don't end up filling it out until like later on Monday, the first time I came back to check in once I had set my content for the week. And at the same time, I'll add in my meals to the bottom section, which again, that's usually I kind of do my meal planning and my content planning every week on Monday. Anyway, so then I did want to use the date covers and just a bunch of the washi that I had picked out. I just love the way that this spread comes together. It's really, really fun and summery, and I just love getting to use the Simply Gilded tie-dye washis. This is one of the newer ones from this year, and I really, really like it. I think this is the bright one. I don't remember exactly, but it's the one with the plain silver foil, and it's just a really nice tie-dye. It's like ever so slightly darker than the kit, I would say, but I think it looks really nice all together. I don't end up using any of the Galaxy tie-dyes in here, but I did use them in my Daily Duo throughout the week. So I did just pick a mix of stuff that all matched together, which I don't do that every week. The week before this, my stuff did not match in the Daily Duo and the Functional Planner. But for simplicity during a busy week, I thought it would be better to just get everything to match, and I really just wanted to use the tie-dye washis. So now I'm putting in some like appointments and other reminders that I know throughout the week, and I'm also going to work on my work section. I was trying to create like a schedule for when I needed to work on things for my big project, and it actually ended up going really, really well, and I ended up being ahead of schedule, which I honestly don't even remember the last time that happened on this. So it was a really smooth process, but that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm putting in basically working backwards from the day that we have to publish. So like if we have to publish on Thursday, I need to have my draft to editing by Wednesday morning because it's a longer draft and it has to go through the editing process. And then that means I need to work on this parts on this day and this parts on this day, just that kind of thing, just working backwards through the project to make sure I can meet my deadline. I find that that's a really helpful way when you have a project that is something, especially something that you've done before. So if I have something that's brand new that I've never worked on before, working back from a deadline may not work because I may not realize, how long certain steps are going to take. But for this, which is something that I've done, multiple times and I do multiple times throughout the year, I have a basic idea of how long each part is going to take within reason. So I can easily break it down into the steps when steps need to be completed. And like, I know how long that those things are going to take. So anyway, in addition to that, I did still have my regular work on Monday, so I wanted to make sure I left space for that as well. They're related. This quarterly project is actually an extension of the weekly thing that I do, so they go really well together, and it's easy to just start working on it right away after I finish up my regular Monday report, rather than like having to completely switch gears and change my focus, which I typically find a little bit more difficult. So I'm just moving that last section around because that's the section that says draft due, and I initially put it down at the bottom, but then I'm going to move it to the top of the work section because I realized like sequentially I was trying to get that done in the morning and then work on this other thing that doesn't have to go through the same editing process basically. Anyway, I will move that. So then I decided to put the full boxes down, and I just kind of rang them through the page. I started with the one up at the top on Tuesday and then put the Monday down after that, and then I'm just gonna like work my way throughout the week. I did only use one full box on the weekend, and I'm gonna put it on Sunday. I just don't always put them on both days, and I actually figured it was safer to put on Sunday because I had no idea what we were doing on Sunday, but I did have a pretty good idea of what we were going to be doing on Saturday, and that way I just had to not put in as many things on Sunday. I don't really use my planners that much on the weekend, more now that I'm in the Daily Duo, but I don't want to have to like come back, and this is not a memory planner. This is not like a running account of everything that happens to me. I use this to actually organize myself for the week ahead and during the week. So I don't want to have to come back and put a bunch of things down on the weekend because just to like fill up the planner. I want to just make sure I capture any essentials or any reminders, things like that. So on Monday, I had a dentist appointment, and then I always do content planning and meal planning and some admin tasks on Monday. So I put all of that stuff in. On Tuesday, I figured I was going to wake up early to write, which I did do because I wanted to make sure I got a chunk of work done before I hung out with the baby. The baby does not go to camp on Tuesdays and Thursdays. She's home with me. So I just wanted to make sure I had some time to devote to work. So I just woke up at like 5:30 and did like 2 hours of work before I went and got the kids ready for camp. Anyway, then I also put in an activity with the baby for Tuesday and Thursday, and then I just wrote activity at the top of those half boxes. I didn't put in what the activity was until I went back and had figured out what it was, or it had already happened. So I just kind of left that space in my planner. That's something I used to do all the time when I was in rings, and I've been liking that lately as well. Then on Friday, we've got planner time going on. Just putting that in, again, things that I do the same time every week. So now it's Monday afternoon. I've already done my content planning and my meal planning for the week. So I am going to put those down as well as add in a couple of other things that I figured out for the week or that I got scheduled in for the week. And I also realized that I was probably going to want to wake up early on Wednesday and also write just to make sure I could get everything finished and off to the editor as early as possible. It ended up working out really well because I ended up having some work calls not related to this project but related to something else on Wednesday and Thursday, and they were initially both scheduled for Wednesday, but then one of them ended up getting moved to Thursday. So I was glad that I had gotten all of my work stuff scheduled in, all of my writing time scheduled in earlier in the day. Oh, so now I think I'm going to go ahead and move that draft section up to put in one additional section that I wanted to remind myself to work on because it was still pending at this point, and I realized that I wasn't going to need the bottom section here for anything else, so I wanted to just have that note in there. So that's what I'm putting in now. The other thing besides my calls that I added in, and now some of my calls I do put in the work section, but some of them I actually put in the regular section. It just depends, and also it just depends on the space. The other thing was that I had to have like a mega admin session this week, and I had to call all of these follow-ups, which I absolutely cannot stand doing. So I just tried to like block them all together and do it all at once. It was like just a bunch of doctor's appointment, like a tax thing that's been ongoing, just like a bunch of phone calls all at the same time. So I did power through that, and then we were all good. I also marked down that I could hopefully get some good relaxing time in on Thursday after we published, and we were actually able to publish super early in the morning. Sometimes it doesn't happen until the afternoon, so that felt really good, and I had a really nice day on Thursday as well. So then I realized I wasn't going to need any more space on Monday or Tuesday because we were already in Monday afternoon, and I knew what Tuesday was going to look like, and I, typically don't go in and back plan here, so I just added in washi at the bottom, and I think that that looks really, really cute. And then I'm just going to add in like a little bit more washi as well. I kind of finished the week out through Thursday at this point, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in my meals for the week. So I do use I have two different meal note plaids that I like to use. One is from Erin Condren and the other one is from the Target Dollar Spot. It's just like a sticky note one, and what I do is I just fill those out. Sometimes I do them up at my office, and sometimes I just write them down in the kitchen, and then that goes on the fridge, but I also transfer it over to my planner, and I just like having it both places. I find it really helpful just because we buy all of our meat in advance and keep it in a deep freezer, so it's really helpful to know when I need to take things out or if I need to set the slow cooker or set the grill, anything like that. So I just like having it in both places. And I also realized I never put in my videos for the week. Usually I would put those down either in the meals section or at the very bottom of the weekly section, but just put them wherever since I hadn't done it before. And I had 2 videos up last week. It was a Simply Gilded warehouse sale unboxing, and also my day designer planner overview. So then I just am looking at my phone where I actually track what I'm going to post when on social media, and then I'm just writing in my real schedules for the week, which I usually, sometimes stuff gets moved around, especially later in the week, but for the most part, I do kind of set it on Monday and then stick to it. Anyway, on Wednesday now, and I'm just going to finish a couple of things out. I'm just putting in a couple of things in. I had like calls and then calls getting moved around, and I just wanted to get them in my planner before I forgot about them. I actually did stick it in as a sticky note and then pull that up and put this stuff down just like so that I would actually not remember. Typically, if I wasn't filming Plan As I Go, I would just immediately put the sticker down as soon as it got scheduled, but because I wanted to wait till I was turning on the camera for a couple of things, so I just used a sticky note until then. So anyway, now we are on to Friday, and this is going to be the last day I check in with the planner, and I'm just going to get the rest of the week set up here. I had a super unproductive day on Friday, which you will see in my Daily Duo planner, but I just think, you know, the week kind of caught up with me after so much work, and then also there was just like a lot of admin chaos going on this week. We're just getting ready for the whole back to school thing. Anyway, it was halfway through the day at this point, and I just wrote like super unproductive day because I didn't really have anything to mark. I spent a lot of time staring off into space on Friday, but it's fine. I've already bounced back from that, so we are doing well. And then I didn't do any of the work that I had planned on Friday. I was just like, this needs to wait till next week. So anyway, on Saturday, we were planning to go down to the beach, and we were just trying to keep a flexible schedule. We weren't sure if we were going to come back Sunday afternoon or Monday morning. We ended up coming back Sunday afternoon, but what I did want to mark in was my plans for the day on Saturday, pretty much always the same. We wake up, we get some coffee and snacks for the car, and then we drive down to the beach and go to the beach. We had a family barbecue on Saturday night, which I figured we would, and then on Sunday, I didn't want to mark any plans since I didn't know exactly what we were going to be doing. So I just put like coffee time, and then we also have to do our regular prep for the week, full prep if we're home, but at least prep for Monday if we're still at the beach, because we will take the kids right to camp from our drive home, which we didn't do this week. Again, we came home, but that was pretty much it. I'm just going to finish by decorating this little bit out, and then I'm going to flip over to back to the sidebar and put in a couple of notes for next week, which are actually going to get cut off by my camera, so apologies for that. But I just wrote in that next week was the last week of camp, which it is right now, and I am very excited for that, and also just trying to hustle up and get a bunch of things done this week to prepare for back to school. And then I also put in the work that I was going to be doing, like the work project that I had lined up for next week at this point. That last box on Thursday that I had forgotten to fill out earlier in the week, and I just wrote that we went to Target because the baby and I went to Target on Thursday. It was actually my first time in the store since May. Okay, so sorry my camera just cut out there at the last second. I was just writing a couple of notes for last week, but I absolutely love how this turned out. It came out so cute. Let me show you what I have left from the kit. I did use a couple of stickers in my Daily Duo as well, which you will see in my next video after this, but not too many, just like a couple of deco pieces and I think like a box here and there. But for the most part, I just used this in here, and I do have some stickers left for the de-stash pile, but I'm really glad that I got to use this kit finally. I just do think this is so pretty, and I think it looks really nice with all of the tie-dye washi. So that is everything for today. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!